100% Chelsea. Me and Tony here, left in the aftermath of what has been an amazing day, hasn't it, Tony? Just
Fantastic.
amazing.
Yeah, exhausting,
Yeah.
but great day. Absolutely great day. Lovely to see so many families there, and so many people come from such a long way. You know, that guy that come all the way.
Lagos.
Yeah, Lagos. Get on a flight. Oh no, I'm going to go to the parade. You know, madness. But fair play to him, though, eh? Do you know what I mean? Ah, brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic, mate.
What do you make of today? You know, the whole celebrations, you know, the atmosphere. The spirit is high again, isn't it? You know, West London just feels like it's like we're back in 2005. You know, it's just it's all pumping and we feel unstoppable.
Oh, we've been unstoppable for a long time now, haven't we? You know, 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, every year basically. You know, but this is particularly sweet, isn't it? Yeah. Because of the Mourinho factor. You know, he's come back, hasn't he? And he's won us the title. You know, and yeah, no, I mean, you can. There's a buzz, you know. You know, and there's a lot of expectation for the future as well, isn't there? You know, people are, you know, already saying that we've got to win it next year. We've got to strengthen, but by the same token, you know, we're in it. Yeah. As long as we've got that man, we know we're always going to be, you know, knocking at the door.
Exactly. Well, about Mourinho, you know, one thing that a lot of Chelsea fans do focus on is imagine if he had not left, right? Where would we be now? You know, how many trophies would we have? How many Champions Leagues would we have? You know, a lot of people are convinced if he'd stayed the first time round up until now, we'd probably have 2 or 3 in the cabinet. Do you think now that he's here for the long term, and thank God, you know, he's come back and he's staying, is that going to be the case for the next 10 years? Going to be trophy swooping in like it should have been the last 10?
Yeah, I do. And I do think he'll be here for a long time. I've said that, and you know, and I think 10 years would be marvellous. If he's here for 10 years, I can see us winning, you know, 3 or 4 titles. We will get the Champions League. We've got to get the Champions League with Mourinho. Yeah. But, you know, in a sense, right, if you look at it, right, how many trophies did he win with us first time around? Won 2 leagues, didn't we? And the FA Cup and the League Cup twice. 2 League Cup twice, yeah.
Community Shield.
Community Shield, right. So, and, you know, we've won trophies after that, haven't we?
Yeah.
But it's Mourinho's team.
Yeah.
You know, the Didier and Ashley and Lampard and Cech and Terry. It's that spine, you know.
Chelsea.
And yeah. And what'll be interesting now, of course, is he's doing it with a younger side, and that spine's no longer there. Yeah. We think Cech's not going to be there next year, don't we? Yeah. Obviously Didier, he's going. You know, I hope to God they keep him in that dressing room, because it's immense what he does. You know, that camaraderie spirit, that Chelsea spirit is you know what Didier creates. You know. I think Terry's going to be the only one left, isn't it? Because you know, by the looks of it. So it's a new era, a younger side, and you know, maybe this is Mourinho's going to shape the next 10 years. Yeah. Because although he left, and I wish he never did, but you know, it is what it is. It happened. We still went on, and we still won a Champions League. We still won a Europa League. We still won some more FA Cups, and we won a double. Ancelotti won us a double, remember, in 2010. But it was the Mourinho team, you know. So, but yeah, I think the next 10 years it's going to be, you know, a new era. But because it's, you know, Mourinho, we'll be all right, and we'll win some more, you know.
With the new era, we look at the old team. We look at that old spine, all right? Cech, Terry. Yeah. You can debate Makelele, Essien, whoever. Yeah. Lampard, Drogba. This new spine that's being born, and we're seeing it now. Courtois, Terry maybe for one more year. It'll be Cahill afterwards. Matic, Fabregas maybe, Costa, and then Hazard, and obviously.
And Zuma. Oh, what, you know.
Is that spine going to be as effective as the old spine was, do you reckon?
Do you think this side's, I mean, do you think it's a more talented side, isn't it, on paper?
Yeah.
Than the 2005 side. The 2005 side, it I don't know, it was solid. You had a younger Terry, a younger Lampard. You had Makelele, which they named the role after him. Yeah. He's that good, you know, holding midfield, Makelele role. Yeah, Cech, younger keeper, pre to his injury. Not to say that he's not been fantastic since, but I think his best time was prior to it, and you can understand that. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, he's still been magnificent, and Munich, without him, we wouldn't have done it. Everybody, the whole emphasis was always on Drogba, but Czech was, massive that night for us. Yeah. No, to be perfectly honest with you, I think this side, it's a young side, but I think. You think it's better?
I think it's better. The talent it has is better. But even though the spirit's high, everyone's all pumped up. Mourinho just brings that spirit with him wherever he goes. But the first time round, it was raw. It was solid, big. It was Chelsea. You can't get past Chelsea. And now it's got a bit more flair to it, but not as much. You know what I mean? That raw, that toughness. I think that could come with time, though. Bit of experience, and seeing as now we've got these young boys, and physically they're not as big, they're not as tall, but I think with a bit of time under Jose, they will match and probably thrive, go beyond what we had before, I reckon.
Yeah, I still think we need to strengthen in the summer, minds, because when you're champions, everyone wants to beat the champions, and that's what's happened to Man City. Twice they've not been able to defend it, have they? And the same with Man United. It's hard to win it back to back. We did it, but it's harder, isn't it? Yeah. So you have to strengthen. You know what I think? You know what I want? I think whoever gets him will put him in a very, very strong position.
Bell, for those who don't know.
Yeah. But I do think the team is good enough, without any additions, to win the league and definitely compete. But what do we want next year? We want to win the league, but ideally I'd like us to win in Europe, yeah? I'd like us to win the Champions League. And I think the way I look at the Champions League and I look at European football is that if you look at Barcelona, look at their strike force. Neymar, Messi, and Suarez, yeah? And then you look at Real Madrid, and then you look at Bayern Munich. And I think those three have edged the bar higher, do you know what I mean? And then I think you've got the second tier clubs. You could argue that Juventus have almost become us. They've taken our slot. Yeah, because I think we're on a par with that. We have us, Atletico, PSG. It's unfortunate we played them this year, early. But we're in that, and I think we need to. I think now that we've won the league, we've won the League Cup. Obviously, I want to win the league next year. But if you want to have a go at Europe's biggest prize, you've got to get some of them, sort of high quality players to match that level that those three clubs have set in Europe. That's what I think. And that's why I think we should get a Bale and, spend a bit of money, which I believe we've got. Our accounts look quite healthy, don't they, to be fair?
Very, yeah.
So hopefully Roman will, but I'm sure Mourinho will identify who we need. But we definitely need a striker, that's for sure. I think we're going to need a keeper, sadly. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think we need a striker. Didier's gone. I'll get to Didier in a sec as well. Didier's gone. We need another striker. A goalkeeper. I think Czech will go. I don't want him to. I don't want. Well, to be honest, it'll probably be good backup because we need someone who will be satisfied with being number 2, but will be willing to fight for the team when they do have to play. Do you know what?
I know it's not always about money. But I'd say to someone like Petr Cech, you will get games. Yeah. You're playing the FA Cup, League Cup, and you're playing games where Thibaut Courtois can't. Yeah. Right? And I would give him a better contract. Yeah. I'd give him more money. I don't think it's worth getting rid of someone like Cech for, say, 10 million. For me, what's 10 million? I'd rather have Cech. Yeah. Because this is the factor. We might go out, we might get Bale, we might get this, that, and the other. But I can think of so many times, right, when the keeper's got injured, which was Cech. Yeah, and we've had Hilario, do you know what I mean? We need that quality, that safety net, that if something were to happen, and obviously we don't want that to happen, but something were to happen to Thibaut Courtois, then you need someone with the same level of quality. So you think, do you know what, it's not a problem. Actually, it's not a problem. So I don't know about you, whenever Courtois weren't playing and Cech was there, I didn't have one worry.
No worries.
But when we played Atletico and he got injured, Cech last year, you do think, don't you? With the greatest respect to the keepers and that have gone in to replace him. It's not Cech, is it? No. And that's why I honestly think, but I do think he's going. I do. And I think that's why he played yesterday.
Yeah.
And you could tell by his little interview on the bus,
Yeah.
you know, it weren't, you know.
Yeah.
I just think he's gone, you know. Sad, really sad.
It is, but just to clarify, I know you remember Reading. I think it was 2005 or 6. We've always got John Terry if he needs to be stuck in goal, you know. But Didier Drogba. I don't know. We saw in the parade today. We saw on the bus. If you haven't, check out the footage. What he brings to the dressing room, but what he brings to the atmosphere of the team is ridiculous. It's unreal. The way he just pumps everyone up in an instant. You know, it's the only way that he can do it, and no one else can as good as he can. That's going to be a big factor, I think, next year. Without him around that dressing room, he makes that place lively. Do you think anyone can step into those shoes? Anyone who can get the dressing room as umped as he can?
No.
No.
I don't, because I think you know, you underestimate actually what a massive part he does play.
Yeah.
In the dressing room. You've only got to look at it afterwards. You know, you can see him on the bus. He literally run it.
He was getting everyone singing. The players, the fans, the children, everyone.
Everything. You know, and it's his name. I mean, it's his name. I mean, the guy is a monster. Yeah. You don't realise actually how big this guy is. Yeah, he's a monster, you know. We need Didier here in some capacity. Ambassadorial, coaching, anything to keep him in the background, in the scenes. I'd maybe even make him an assistant to Mourinho.
That's what I was going to say.
Permanently in the background.
Yeah.
So he brings on to the younger players, you know, what it is all about, you know, that winning instinct, that, you know, that drive, you know. It's like he said, this Chelsea is all about winning, success. And that's what he was taught, that's the framework which he was brought into, and it's carrying on that you know, that continuity factor. You know, I don't think you can sort of you know, not make it, to lose him is huge. So we've got to find the position for him somewhere. You know, because he's been absolutely a colossus for us down the years, isn't he? You know?
I think he'd be an amazing manager, to be fair. Can you imagine him in management? You know, that spirit that he has, that mentality. And he's learned everything from Jose. I think he'd use the same methods, to be honest. I think once Mourinho decides to call it a day in hopefully about 15 or 20 years. And Lamps, why not?
And Lamps as well, you know. Little quick word about Lamps.
Yeah.
We've got to, haven't we?
We have to.
Yeah. It's sad, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah, no, we have to thank Lamps for everything he's done.
Yeah. Highest goal scorer, you know.
It's a shame he wasn't here.
Player too, you know. I mean, well, that's right. You know, we had a little rumour, didn't he, that he might make an appearance, but probably not.
He's probably on the phone or something. That's it.
Yeah, but it was nice. The crowd have never forgotten him. You know, they super Frankie Lampard. Funny enough, at West Brom away, we tried to get it going on the 8th minute, and West Brom scored. So it kind of ruined us. Yeah, we were counting it down. 20 seconds to go. Like, come on, everyone's getting what we're doing. Doing the Lampard. Next to 1-0 West Brom. Kind of blew it away, like, you know.
Thanks, West Brom.
Yeah, but it did happen yesterday, didn't it? And the shed got going, didn't it? And then the ground sort of, you know, started, you know, to, you know, super Frank.
Again, Didier mentioned him in his speech at the end after the trophy celebration, so that was good.
And so it should, because he is, you know, part of our history, our fabric. He's an immense, you know. I mean, he's our highest goal scorer. He's a midfield player. Yeah. God, you know, you look at his stats against Gerrard. You know, they're going like, who's the better player, Gerrard or Lampard? Lampard destroys him, doesn't he? Absolutely destroys him. Goals,
statistically at least, yeah.
Goals, appearances, assists, everything. You know, he's, you know, when people talk about, I mean, that's a shame, isn't it, that he's not had the same sort of send-off that Gerrard had, that over-the-top Sky Sports loving.com Liverpool FC. You know, look at Stevie G with the 1-3 reversal with Palace and 1-6 reversal at Stoke. But I mean, you know, when you look at that, really, he didn't get that, did he? No. You know, and that was a shame, really, isn't it? He didn't get that send-off. You know, because you know, like I say, it's a shame. And Ashley Cole as well, really.
Yeah, same with Ash.
Either, did he? Do you know what I mean? But are you optimistic about next year?
I am. I think, to be honest, I think we'll retain. Fingers crossed we retain. We have to retain, I reckon. Back-to-back titles is what makes it show that it wasn't luck. You know, you got quality in your team. You're the best. It's back-to-back titles. And we did it once under Jose, and I'm positive we'll do it again. Hopefully, we can add more to it. An FA Cup, fingers crossed, a Champions League. Even though I think personally it'll probably take 2 to 3 years for us to do that. But hopefully we get furthest than we did this year, like PSG. The fans today at the parade, pretty amazing, to be honest. Great crowd, celery flying everywhere.
So many, so many people I haven't seen for such a long time. You know, a lot of people from the away trips and all that, you know, and it's great, you know, like so many people have travelled for such a long way. You know, see Jason Mariner there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, listen, you know, whatever you say about that hooligan side of, you know, the 80s, and you can't, you know, like I said, Rick Granville, he's, you know, it's in our chapters, in our history, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I see the guy there. Did you see him like getting he had a Premier League trophy?
He did.
You know, actually made, didn't he? Like it cost him £500-600 in there. Look a business, didn't it? You know, to be fair.
It looked proper.
And he was doing it for charity. Did you see it? He was getting £1 a picture and all that, and he was going to, you know, fair play at the guy, you know, and it was good to see him, you know, and good to see so many happy faces, you know, and also you've got to remember that, you know, like I said in the other interviews, we're very, very privileged to be able to go to Chelsea Football Club, you know, week in, week out, and almost take it for granted, really. And then you see so many people that can't go, you know, for loads of reasons. They're priced out of the game, or can't get tickets, or they live so far away, they've got family commitments, armed forces, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And but they can do something like this, and they can get here and just for a few seconds, you know, they get to see, you know, the trophies and the players. And I've got to say, I mean, we've done so many parades now, I'm not giving it large or whatever, like, but it's true. It's true, yeah. They do put a good parade on, don't they, Chelsea, with the big screens and, you know, and, you know, you know what they do with all the entertainment. And it's brilliant what they do, really, isn't it? You've got to give Abramovich and Chelsea, you know. Yeah. Fantastic, mate. Fantastic day.
Well, big credit to Chelsea Football Club. Big credit to the fans and the supporters. We're having a great time, you know, as fans. And on to next year. Well, hopefully we do it again. Add more to it. Hopefully we don't have just like, I don't know, one parade or so. Maybe we have 2 or 3. You know, 2 or 3 trophies there. Why not? But there we are, guys. 100% Chelsea here at the parade. It's been a lovely day, isn't it?
Beautiful, mate. Yeah, I loved it, mate.
And be sure to check out all the content from the day itself. You'll find it all in the channel, all uploaded. And we'll be sure to see you really, really soon. We've got content coming out this summer, haven't we?
Yeah.
And a lot
transfer stuff as well.
A lot of transfer talk. We'll see who we're going to get and who's going to go. And hey, fingers crossed, a bigger team next year and bigger trophies next year as well. So on to next year, and I'll see all of you, and he'll see all of you really, really soon. 100% Chelsea. Guys, the parade's finished. How was that? That was pretty amazing, wasn't it? It was absolute carnage.